You're listening to Conversations Ignite.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's episode is all about something that fuels my imagination and gets me excited: the idea of travel. I'll be taking you on a journey through my bucket list of dream travel destinations. Some of these places have fascinated me for years, and I'm looking forward to sharing why they made it on my list, along with some cool travel tips and fun facts. Just a quick heads up though, you might want to forgive me in advance if I mess up some of the names in this episode. I'll do my best, but hey, if I can't pronounce a few cities or landmarks perfectly, let's just say it adds character to the experience, right? Consider it part of the adventure. So let's dive in and start exploring. We've got everything from bustling cities to ancient wonders, all the way down to my dream destination at the end. Ready? Let's go! Let's kick it off with Tokyo, Japan, an incredible city where ancient traditions meet futuristic innovation. Tokyo has always intrigued me because of its contrast. You've got these century-old temples and shrines, and then you walk a few blocks and suddenly you're in the middle of a bustling metropolis, filled with neon signs and high-tech gadgets. I'm fascinated by the mix of old and new. You could visit the Asukasa temples in the morning, then spend your afternoon in Akihabara, which is like the mecca of tech and anime culture. Plus, I love the idea of experiencing the cherry blossom season in Japan. It just feels so magical. Fun fact, did you know that Shinjuku Station in Tokyo is the busiest train station in the world? It handles more than 3.5 million passengers every single day. That's like the entire population of some countries passing through one station daily. If you're planning a trip to Tokyo, the best time to visit is either in the spring between March and May, when the cherry blossoms are in bloom, or in autumn from September to November. The weather's mild and you'll get to see the beautiful fall foliage. From traditional tea ceremonies to shopping in Harajuku, Tokyo really has something for everyone. But remember, it's a big city, so plan your days wisely to avoid burnout. Now, let's head to a much more relaxed destination: Santorini, Greece. This island is probably one of the most Instagrammable places in the world, with its iconic whitewashed buildings and blue domes overlooking the Aegean Sea. I've always imagined Santorini as this peaceful, sun-drenched paradise. It feels like the kind of place where you can slow down, enjoy the view, and just live in the moment. I'd love to spend a few days wandering around the narrow streets of Ia, soaking in the history and the food. Fun fact, Santorini was actually formed by one of the biggest volcanic eruptions in history. Around 3,600 years ago, this eruption created the caldera, which gives the island its unique shape today. While Ia is the popular tourist spot, if you want a quieter experience, try visiting some of the lesser-known villages like Pyrgos. You'll still get amazing views and the authentic Greek island vibe without all the crowds. And of course, you'll have to try some local cuisine. There's nothing like fresh seafood by the sea. Next, we're off to the Andes Mountains in Peru to visit one of the most awe-inspiring places in the world, Machu Picchu. This ancient Incan citadel is an UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Machu Picchu is one of those places that has always seemed like a mysterious, magical destination. It's high up in the mountains, surrounded by mist and clouds, and the history behind it is fascinating. I'd love to hike the Inca Trail and feel that sense of adventure and discovery. Fun fact, Machu Picchu was hidden from the world for centuries, until it was rediscovered in 1911 by American explorer Hiram Bingham. Can you imagine stumbling upon something so incredible? If you're planning to visit, be sure to acclimate to the altitude by spending a day or two in Cusco before you make the trip to Machu Picchu. The altitude can catch you off guard, especially if you're not used to it. And book your tickets early. Machu Picchu limits the number of daily visitors to preserve the site. From the heights of Peru, let's head to the land of natural beauty and adventure, New Zealand. Whether you're into beaches, mountains, or forests, New Zealand has it all. It's no wonder that so many movies, especially The Lord of the Rings, were filmed here. I've always been drawn to the idea of exploring both the North and South Islands. The South Island's rugged landscape and the North Island's rich Maori culture makes it a dream destination for nature lovers and culture seekers alike. Fun fact, there are more sheep than people in New Zealand. The ratio is about 6-1, which is kind of wild when you think about it. If you're a fan of nature, the South Island is where you want to go. Places like Milford Sound and Queenstown are perfect for outdoor activities like hiking and kayaking. On the other hand, the North Islands offer more in terms of culture and experiences. Now, let's travel to one of the cradles of civilization, Egypt. I've always been fascinated by ancient history, and Egypt is home to some of the most iconic historical landmarks, including the Great Pyramids and the Sphinx. Egypt has such a rich history. Visiting the pyramids and taking a cruise down the Nile would be like stepping back in time. Plus, I'm curious about the local culture beyond just the tourist spots. Fun fact, the Great Pyramids of Giza is the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world that still exists, and it's been standing for over 4,500 years. That's mind-blowing when you think about it. If you're planning to visit Egypt, it's best to go during the cooler months, between October and April. Summer can be scorching, especially in the desert areas around the pyramids. Now, let's head north to Iceland, a country known for its stunning natural beauty and unique landscapes. From volcanoes to glaciers, Iceland feels like a land of extremes. Why it's on my list? Well, 2 things. Seeing the northern lights and relaxing in the Blue Lagoon. Iceland has this rugged, untamed beauty that really calls to me, and it's a great destination for outdoor adventures. Fun fact, Iceland is almost entirely powered by renewable energy. They use geothermal and hydroelectrical energy to power everything from homes to businesses, making it one of the greenest countries in the world. The best time to see the northern lights is from September to April. But if you visit in the summer, you can experience the midnight sun, where the sun never really sets. Now we're coming to my personal dream destination, Australia. Ever since I was young, I wanted to visit Australia. There's something about the vast landscapes, unique wildlife, and laid-back vibes that really draws me in. Australia has it all. Vibrant cities like Sydney and Melbourne, the Great Barrier Reefs, and of course, kangaroos. I've always imagined myself exploring the outback, diving in the Great Barrier Reefs, and maybe even catching a game of Australian rules football. Fun fact, Australia is home to the Great Barrier Reef, the largest coral reef system in the world, stretching over 1,400 miles. It's so big that it can be seen from space. If you're planning a trip to Australia, the best time to visit the Great Barrier Reef is between June and October, when the weather is perfect for diving and snorkeling. Sydney and Melbourne are great in the spring and autumn, when it's not too hot or too cold. So that's my bucket list of dream travel destinations. From the bustling streets of Tokyo to the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu, the scenery of Santorini, to the vast landscapes of Australia. It's been fun sharing these places with you. Travel has a way of opening your mind and heart. And even though I haven't been to all of these destinations yet, just dreaming about them inspires me to keep exploring and learning about the world. If you have any dream destinations of your own, I'd love to hear about them. Feel free to reach out and share your travel bucket list with me. And with that, thanks for tuning in today, and remember, keep that fire burning.
Thanks for listening to Conversations Ignite. See you next time.